or welcome back to my channel. Julie here. Today I am going to be going through my entire comic book collection. I am very excited and very nervous because some of these I have not read, so yeah. It's quite the pile, so please bear with me. Everything is sort of mixed up, so I'm going to pick up a comic and just tell you a little bit about what I know, if I know anything, and just why I picked it up. So yeah. The first comics we are working with are going to be The Hellions, and this is volume 1 and 2. I believe there are other volumes in the series, but I only have the first two, and these follow sort of the troublemakers in the Marvel universe and how they are adapting to being in a world where everybody is included, including the Hellions. So yeah, I really like these. The next comic we have is going to be Hallows Eve by Swift's Dowling Reber, and this is a Marvel comic, and it essentially follows this young lady right here, and it takes place around Halloween or on Halloween night, and she has these masks, and each mask that she puts on transforms her into what the mask is. So yeah, she uses this not for heroic reasons, but I really did enjoy this story. I thought it was really cool to read, and just to read about something a little more spooky. I think I read this around October, so it really was just like the perfect comic for that month. So yeah. Next up we have Deadpool versus Wolverine. I got this when the movie came out and I read it. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was cool to just see how they are both enemies and friends, and they have some sort of respect for each other. Yeah, I really like this one. These are some small comics. This is going to be X-Men Legacy. I don't remember reading this one, but it looks really cool, so I'm actually going to set this aside. I'm probably going to put these into piles, like if I have read them and I haven't read them. Obviously the ones I haven't read, I'm going to just keep a little pile to hold me accountable and like just put it in my face that I have not read these. So yeah, it looks really cool. I really like the art, the cover. I'm pretty sure that's why I picked it out. I tend to go for covers that look a little spooky, and yeah, this one definitely is. Next up we have a Nightwing comic, and this is the New 52. I haven't read this one, but anything with the Nightwing I really do like. I like a lot of his stories, and I like how he is involved in so much of DC, and everybody sort of has respect for him, not only because he was Batman, the first Robin, but just because he made a name for himself outside of Batman, and he just operates on another level, and I really like that, and I like seeing what he does in his comics. Ooh, okay. Next up we have Rogue Storm. I got this one because the cover was really cool. I haven't read it yet, but you can't tell me you wouldn't have picked this one up too. It looks really cool. I love the way Storm looks, and I love the look that they gave Rogue. It just looks like such a fun comic, especially because you never see these two together, so it's really like interesting to see, and just to see what their story will lead to. So yeah. Next comic we have is going to be Spider-Man India. I read this one and I totally forgot about it, but I definitely remember picking this up around the time when the second Into the Spider-Verse came out. But yeah, I don't remember this one. Some of these I read within the day, and I'm just like happy that I read them, but I don't remember it, so I'll probably reread this one. Next up we have a Simpsons Illustrated. Yeah, this says number 10. I think this one was a gift. I don't remember buying it myself. But yeah, I really like reading some of the Simpsons comic books just because it's fun to see what Springville is up to. I really like reading Bart because sometimes it feels like he's like the main character, and just the shenanigans he gets up to, it's always fun to read. So yeah, I think I got this one in like 2018. Like it was a couple of years ago for sure. Next up we have another Spider-Man. This is going to be 2099 Exodus and introducing X-Men. So Spider-Man with X-Men, that's pretty cool. Haven't read this one either. Sorry, there's a pattern going on here. I haven't read these ones, but I'm really excited to. It looks really cool, and I really like reading about Rogue. I think Rogue is in here because I just saw her, so yeah, it's really cool. So we're gonna be reading this one as well. Next up we have Wolverine and the X-Men. I read this one and I really liked it. I think it's fun to see what Wolverine gets up to. He is such a main part of X-Men that it's really interesting to see how he adapts in other storylines where he's not really an essential role and he's just doing his life and his side quest. Yeah, I really like that. I don't remember what this one is about exactly, like the plot or anything, but the artwork is really cool. So yeah. Next up we have, I haven't read all of them, but I've read a good amount to know that I'm going to keep buying them because I really like what this series is, and that's going to be Batman Hush. And Batman Hush follows Batman while he's going through Gotham and just seeing him fight characters that he loves and has adopted into his like family life, but seeing how they don't always agree with his methods and seeing how they go about going head to head with him, I really enjoy. I essentially got it just because I really enjoyed this cover. This was the first one I ever seen, and I'm such a huge fan of Red Hood, so to see him standing over Batman and Joker and they're all bloody and they don't look alive, it's really cool to see. So I really like that, and yeah, that's gonna be my Hush collection. There are so far 6, and I'm pretty sure they're coming out with more, so cool. Next up we have X-Men 92. Yeah, this is another Marvel comic. I got this one because I really like the cover, and I'm such a huge fan of anything Magneto is involved in. He's one of my favorite villains. I don't really like calling him a villain. I think he's a very complex Marvel creation, and I really adore him. So yeah, this is everyone's favorite. X-Men has returned, but everything is different. Mutants are taking a huge leap forward by founding their own nation on the island of Krakoa, guided by Professor X, Magneto, and a mysterious long-lived mutant who knows more than she should. So yeah, I'm trying to give you guys my thoughts on what I think of these without really spoiling anything, because I tend to do that and I don't want to do that. I want to get a little more better at giving a synopsis without really just taking apart the book. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to get better at. Next up we have X-Men Legacy, and this is Prodigal. This is another one. I will always adore this one. This was probably like my favorite first comic I read of X-Men. I really liked it. This seems to be about a demon that is in Wolverine's brain and has a horrifying familiar face. So yeah, wonder what that's about. Ooh, okay, this one was a good one. I read this one recently. This is going to be Batman and Catwoman, the Gotham War, and this is set in Gotham, and it talks about how Catwoman is going about stopping crime and lowering the crime rates in Gotham, but it's not necessarily in a way that Batman approves of, because it is robbing from the rich citizens of Gotham, and Batman believes that all citizens should be protected under everybody. So yeah, he doesn't really approve with the method. She doesn't really approve with his methods, and we see them go to head on what they believe is best for Gotham. Really liked this one. I thought it was a cool ending as well. I thought there was like a little twist in there that I really liked. the next book we have, I haven't really read. Well, clearly I haven't read. I don't even know anything about it really. This is going to be The Batman First Night. I have not opened this one. I am saving it for, I guess the perfect time, you could say. I really like the artwork. I thought the way that the gangsters look in the cover was really cool. I really like old-timey Gotham stories. So yeah, I'm excited to see and read this one. Next up we have Nightwing, The Joker War, and this is by Dan Jurgens, Ronan Clitchett, Ryan Benjamin, and Nick Velarde. You cannot tell me this cover is not cool, because I will not believe you. This looks amazing. It is amazing. This follows Nightwing and the Joker, and let me try to read this really fast so I could tell you guys a little bit about it. A bullet from KGB robbed Nightwing of his memory and shattered the identity of Dick Grayson. Now he has found himself living as Rick Grayson, free from the influence of Batman and all that comes with him. So I can only guess that him and Joker create this bond. I remember reading this and really liking it. It's been a while, honestly, but it's really cool. What was this one character that was introduced in here that I never heard of? So yeah, I'm gonna put that in the reread pile. Next up we have Year One by David Mazzucchelli. This is a Batman comic. This is highly regarded as one of the best Batman comics that people read, and everybody just seems to recommend this one. This is when Bruce Wayne first steps into the shoes of Batman and how he just views the crime from Gotham at first, and then he just figures out how to deal with it. I think the real interesting part of this comic is Jim Gordon and seeing how he is a flawed character, because in every comic he is the bright knight of Gotham. He just is always right, and he just has this moral compass that is always leading him in a way that we the viewers would be led, I would assume. But yeah, I really like this one. I liked it. Next up is one of my favorites, and this is Ghost World by Daniel Clowes. This follows two socially awkward best friends and how they're adapting to their life after graduating high school, and it is perfect. I really liked it. I love the movie as well, and I really enjoy the comic. I think it's just one of those timeless ones that any person, myself included, relates to, especially when dealing with people. Next up we have a comic I haven't read, but I remember really liking the cover when I got it. That's gonna be Scarlet Witch. I wonder what superhero it follows. I don't know. I'm guessing this is about her life, and I never know with Scarlet Witch comics if they're going to her origin story, if they're following her life after a certain event. With her character, it could easily be any direction, but it's always such a treat to read comics and just seeing what perspective the creators are taking with her character. So yeah. Next up we have DC Horror Presents, and the cover is pretty spooky. This is gonna follow a lot of the DC main characters and very dark, gruesome turns that their characters are involved in, and I really liked it. I remember really enjoying it. I think my favorite was Batman and the Riddler. There's also this one with Catwoman and the Joker that I thought was so good. I would recommend reading this like during an October spooky sort of time, or anytime. I'm not your mom. Next up we have DC versus Vampires. I only have volume 1 and volume 2. I do plan on getting the rest. This follows how the DC main heroes would take on vampires and how they try to protect themselves as well as civilians and deal with a lot of the smart heroes that they've relied on for so long being turned into vampires. It's so good. I like this. I think people either really hate these or really love these. I really love them. So yeah. Next up we have The Children's Crusade Avengers. This is by Heinberg Cheong. This I love. This is one of my favorite ever Marvel comic books, like that I own, that I have ever read. I'm not sure if any will really top this one for me. This is like definitely an all-time favorite 5, and I love it. I love the artwork. I love the story. It follows Scarlet Witch's I believe her 2 sons, and how everybody is trying to kind of form which road they are going to take and have a lot of input on how they should use their powers. So many great. We have Scarlet Witch, Doctor Doom, Spider-Man, Captain America. I think they all just play a role in the story so well, and I recommend it. Next up we have Junji Ito's Cat Diary, Yon and Mu. I read this one a couple of months ago. I really liked it. I thought it was a fantastic story about cat ownership and how people who aren't really used to having pets, how they kind of just are thrown into the world of caring for another being, but how it could also be scary. I thought he did a really amazing job at showing us scenes about how cats can be evil and only the owner can sense it, but when they try to tell anyone they seem nuts. So that's pretty cool. Next up we have Joker the World. This follows Joker and how he is perceived in other countries. We have him in Brazil, Mexico, Spain, the United States, South Korea, Argentina, Poland, and Japan. And I love this one so much, seeing how he and the creators of the Joker like perceived him. I got Batman and Superman. I have not read these yet, but I think it's going to be really fun to just see how Batman and Superman are perceived and how they are drawn and what their stories are going to be like from other countries. I think it's going to be really fantastic and such a treat. So I'm really excited to read these. Next up we have a magazine. It's on my comic book shelf, but it is from the Frankenstein. I'm not really a fan of Jacob Elordi, but I really love the Frankenstein movie by Guillermo del Toro, and I thought it was going to be cool to just read interviews and seeing so much of the monster from Mary Shelley's creation, and just seeing all the adaptations and how people just still come up with new ways to find a new audience that would really resonate and love the creation. So yeah, first Fangoria magazine, so I will be getting more. Don't really know why that's in my comic book section, but I thought I'd just give it a little shout out. Next up we have Batman City of Madness by Christian Ward. This is such a fun book to read. I love the artwork. I love how the colors are so vibrant and they really show what Bruce Wayne is dealing with in Gotham in such a psychedelic way. I also really like how the Court of Owls is just so scary, and yeah, these colors are so vibrant. They are in, they just did such an amazing job with the artwork and the storyline. We are seeing Batman dealing with the Court of Owls, as well as how other villains are taking advantage of Bruce Wayne being distracted. Yeah, it's it's one of my favorite Batman comics, so I definitely recommend this. Next up, we have another Batman comic, and that's going to be Batman Arkham Asylum by Grant Morrison and Dave McKean. This tells the origin of how Arkham Asylum came to be and how it was built up to hold all the mental asylum patients and all the Gotham criminals, and it is, I believe, regarded as one of the scariest Batman comics, and I definitely have to agree with that. It was so spooky to read and definitely one of my favorites. If you want a backstory on Arkham Asylum, this is the comic for you. Next up, we have Volume 1 and Volume 2 of Dune, the graphic novel. I do not have the third one, but I do plan on getting that. I have never watched the movie Dune. I have never read the movie Dune, but I definitely have read these graphic novels, so I can't really tell you if it holds true to the book or the movie. But I really enjoyed these. I thought they were such a fun thing to read, and it's my introduction to Dune, so I really liked it. I really liked them, so yeah, definitely gonna get the third. Next up, I haven't read this one. I honestly don't know how I have it. I think I may have borrowed it from someone, but this is gonna be Batman Spawn. I should probably read this soon. Don't know what it's about. Obviously, I'm guessing it's Batman going head to head with Spawn, but I can't tell you much else about it, so yeah. Next up, we have Supernatural 1, 2, and 3. I am a huge fan of the show. I really like it, and I saw these at the comic book store when I went, and I thought it would just be fun to read about them. So yeah, I have not read them, but I'm really excited to read them, so yeah. Next up, we have Batman Under the Red Hood, the Deluxe Edition by Jude Winnick, Doug McCann, Tom Nguyen, Alex Sinclair. I love Red Hood. He is one of my favorite characters in the DC world. I think his character, I think they don't know what to do with it, if I'm being honest, but I think there is so much potential on things that can be done. I definitely recommend the Under the Red Hood movie if you haven't seen it, the animated version where Jensen Ackles voices Red Hood. One of my favorite movies of all time and one of my favorite stories of all time. There are definitely things in the comic that you don't really see in the movie. There are characters and heroes that are in here that aren't in the movie. There are storylines that are in here that aren't in the movie. I definitely think if you love that movie like I love that movie, read the comic book. There is just such a depth and an underlayer to everything that is in the movie. It just makes it all the more perfect. So yeah, I am a Red Hood supporter, lover, defender. I love him, but I definitely think that they are running out of things to do with his character, but not in this book, not in this one. Okay, we are finally on the last two, so I'm gonna show them together because they kind of go hand in hand, and that's going to be The Simpsons Treehouse of Horror Volume 2 and Volume 1. These are the coolest thing. Oh, they are kind of too big, so I don't really know where to put them sometimes, but I have found the perfect spot. So I'm going to show you what they look like. I'm a huge fan of The Simpsons, and that is, in case anybody doesn't know, it's an animated show slash cartoon that is on Fox, and it's been around since the 80s, so it's been around for a while. And every year they come out with a Treehouse of Horror, and that's like their October spooky Halloween special episode, and they are perfect. I love them. This is what it looks like, the outside. I read this one last year on Halloween, and it took me a while to get through, but it was definitely worth it. All these stories are so amazing. They definitely are so cool, and I love seeing characters that you don't really see in the show get so much attention, and in the comics they definitely do. Such a huge fan. This is such a fun thing to read, and just Yeah, I love it. I love it. I'll gently put it back. And then we have volume 2, and this is what it looks like. This is the dust jacket. It kind of feels weird calling it that, but I don't know what else to call this cardboard thing, but look at how cool it is. Oh, and then we have the back. And then we have the stories. I love it. I love these stories. I think they are so fun to read, and I always good things about The Simpsons for me because I grew up watching the show. So to have like a comic book, a Treehouse of Horror comic book, just full circle moment for me. I do plan on getting volume 3, but I would definitely have to make a little more room in my shelves because they are very limited space right now. Yeah, so this is my comic book collection. I'll show you guys one more thing before I let you go. This is a popcorn bucket from AMC when the Superman movie had come out, and I keep all my smaller comics in here to give myself a little more space on my shelf for them. And I think it's really cool. I saw somebody do this on TikTok, and I thought it was so fun and creative, and yeah, definitely utilizes space. So yeah. Oh, and it also has the Daily Planet on the side. That's so cool. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching this video. This is my whole comic book collection. Kind of don't want to let you go because I am gonna have to put all of these back on the shelf, but I think it was well worth it. Yeah, so if anybody has any recommendations on comic books for me, I would truly appreciate it. And yeah, I hope you have a good one. Thanks for watching. Bye.